This morning I'm taking the kids out for a little nature session for their school. We're gonna look at about 5 different plants and we're gonna teach the kids about them, and we're gonna take you along as we do that. Hey girls, do you have your school supplies? You have your notebooks?
And our pencils.
One of the big plants we want to show you today is poison ivy. We want to make sure that you're able to identify it. I always go over this with the kids so that they can identify it and be careful to avoid it out here in the woods. All right kids, is this one poison ivy?
Yes.
Yes, this is poison ivy. Is this poison ivy?
No.
No, it's not poison ivy. What do you find in the tree?
A slug.
It's a gray slug with a funny pattern on the back.
Look.
Oh, you have a friend, a pet slug on your notebook.
I just say his name is Boggy.
What's his name?
Boggy.
Boggy? That's a good name for a slug. Boggy?
Boggy.
Bargy, that's a good name for a slug. Poison ivy? Well, it has 3 leaves, but it's not poison ivy. It's actually a tiny little ash tree. Poison ivy? Yes. Poison ivy? No. No idea what it is. Yes. No. It's a wild strawberry. Yes. Hey girls, look at this beautiful spider web. Wow, it's really big and pretty. It's a cicada. Making noise. Probably trying to scare us away. Funny looking creatures. If you've not encountered stinging nettle, you're lucky. It actually, if you brush the edges of the leaves, it gives you a pretty intense burning sensation and then itching, and it lasts for several minutes. It can cause welts on your legs. It is a really pretty plant. It grows in the shade a lot of times. It grows along creeks. Here it is. It's usually the edges of the leaves here, this jagged edge, that will sting you. One interesting thing about stinging nettle is it's actually edible. It's been eaten throughout history, especially during hard times. Nettles were a mainstay during the Irish potato famine. People would pick nettles, make them into soup. It has a lot of nutrients in it, but obviously not a lot of protein. You can actually take a leaf and you can fold it and kind of fold the edges in so those jagged edges aren't exposed, and you can fold it and fold it and fold it, and then you can actually eat it. It has a really rich, earthy, kind of iron taste to it. Nettles make a great soup. You can take the leaves, boil them, blend them, and turn it into a cream soup. It's really delicious, but a very strong, strong flavor. Right over here, near the stinging nettle, is another really beautiful plant. This plant also normally grows along streams. You'll see right away why it has its name. It's called jewelweed. Look at these blooms. They're so beautiful. They're orange, kind of goblet shaped with darker orange speckles. Something I've noticed about jewelweed, the water just beads up on it. So in the morning light, it's always so beautiful. You can see just the little water beads glowing on the leaves. Interestingly, jewelweed is actually a great treatment for stinging nettle stings, and it can also ease the itching of poison ivy. You don't have to be afraid of stinging nettle. It does hurt, and it can really actually hurt if you're wading through it in shorts. I'm going to show you. It's not that bad to be afraid of. I'm going to let it sting me on the arm. So far, nothing really. Ouch. Ouch. I'm getting a little more on the underside of the leaves. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Now it actually is stinging pretty good. It's mostly itchy. I'm back at the jewelweed. I'm going to try some jewelweed on my stinging nettle. It's actually welting up worse now. So I'm going to crush it up really good. You can see all the juice there. This isn't magic or anything, but it definitely can help ease that itching. It's actually already helping. Poison ivy? No. That's an ash again. Hey Grace, can you show me your schoolwork? Poison ivy, good job. Can I read it? Poison ivy is a venomous plant It can come in different ways, like vines, but it is mostly on one stem. But it can only have 3 leaves at a time.
Whoa.
Great job. Okay, Grace, it's time for a pop quiz. Do you know what a pop quiz is?
No.
I'm gonna test how well you know poison ivy. I'm gonna find a plant, I'm gonna point it out to you, and you tell me yes or no. What about this one right here?
No.
You're right. What about this one right here?
That's not poisonous.
You're right. What about this one right here?
I don't know.
That one is poison ivy. This one is poison ivy.
Okay.
What about this one right here, Gracie?
No.
Nope, you're right. It's not poison ivy. What about this one right here? Is this one poison ivy?
No.
You're right. Do you see this little plant here? Do you know what this is? Take that leaf and crush it and smell it. What does it smell like? Spice bush. Good job. This is a spice bush plant. It's really small. This is the last plant we're going to show you today. I'm going to show you this is just a baby. I'm going to show you a full-size one down here.
Here it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's my slug.
You drew your slug?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, your slug on your hand. Very, very nice. What was your slug's name again?
Slimy.
Slimy? Okay.
Yeah, I really do miss him.
You miss him?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been away from him?
I let him go.
About 5 minutes ago. Yeah. I'm gonna take you and show you a mature spice bush plant. You frequently find it growing in the creek bottoms. In fact, if you walk along a creek and you watch for it closely and watch for the berries, you're very likely to find some. Now, why is it called spice bush? I'll tell you. It actually can be used as a spice, and it has a lot of really interesting historical uses. When the colonists came over to the Americas, they actually started using it. It was so expensive to import spices from around the world that they started harvesting and using it. During the Revolutionary War, colonists actually dried the berries and used them as allspice for their favorite old world recipes. The British actually had control of Jamaica, which was one of the largest allspice producing areas. In the summer, they start growing these small green berries, and then by this time of the year, most of them have turned this dark red color. One way to identify spice bush is by its smell. If you crush one of these berries and smell it, it is really a wonderful, strong smell. It has one seed right in the middle of the berry. It's a dark seed here. And then the leaves have a little bit of a different smell to them. Today we're gonna make spicebush tea. This plant is plentiful on our place and in the forests around here, so I don't feel bad about harvesting it. What we're gonna do is cut some of the twigs here and strip the leaves off. This tea is probably best made in the spring, but we're gonna do it now. And I'll tell you something, even though I've known spicebush for years, I have never tried spicebush tea. So I'm actually excited and don't know what this is going to be like.
Why?
Here, hold tight.
This is what I just ate. Or I didn't eat it, I chewed it up.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like spice.
Spice. We've got a nice little handful here. We're going to take him into the house and make some tea. If a woman asks me what to get her husband for a birthday or Christmas present, if they're at all interested in the outdoors, I suggest this knife. It's a high quality knife and they run about $10 to $15. They come razor sharp, shaving sharp from the factory. They come with a great sheath, which is a great safety accessory. Mora knife of Sweden.
I don't have any relationship with Mora knives. I just love these knives.
Brighton has entered a new stage. It's called the destruction stage. Are you a destroying cherub?
So tell me which hemisphere South America is in. Okay, what else? Is it in the East Hemisphere or the West Hemisphere?
Who wants to try some tea?
Me! That does not smell good.
It's good.
I love Spicebush Tea.
Well, that was a fun morning. We really enjoyed walking and seeing the plants, and we enjoyed the Spicebush Tea. If you want to see a recipe for Spicebush Tea, we'll leave a link in the description. Check out our other videos, and I hope you have a great day.